Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to welcome you all today. Thank you for being here. I'm Dr. S.K. Singh, holding a PhD in the field. Today, we will be discussing good manufacturing practices, or GMP, and the importance of compliance. In this presentation, we'll cover the fundamentals of GMP, why compliance matters, and how it impacts our industry. So let's get started and explore these vital topics together. Welcome to our next topic, Introduction to Good Manufacturing Practices, or GMP. GMP are essentially a set of regulatory requirements designed to ensure that the products we produce meet high-quality standards. They help us make sure that products are consistently produced, which means every batch is as good as the last. They also ensure that production processes are carefully controlled according to strict quality standards. The ultimate goal is to make products that are safe, pure, and effective for consumers. Under the oversight of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, GMP requirements are legally enforced across several industries. These include pharmaceuticals, biologics, medical devices, food products, and cosmetics. So GMP isn't just a set of guidelines. It's a legal framework that helps protect consumers and ensures trust in the products we develop and manufacture. As we move forward, you'll see how these principles are foundational to quality and compliance in our industry. Let's take a closer look at the FDA GMP regulations. These are outlined in various sections of the 21 CFR, which is the Code of Federal Regulations. First, we have Parts 210 and 211, which focus on drug CGMP, or Current Good Manufacturing Practices. These regulations set the standards for how pharmaceuticals should be manufactured to ensure safety and quality. Next, Part 820 deals with the Quality System Regulation for medical devices. This part emphasizes the importance of a robust quality management system to ensure devices are safe and effective before they reach patients. Then, we have Part 111, which covers dietary supplements. While these products are often perceived as less regulated, this part ensures they meet safety standards and are properly labeled. Finally, Part 117 relates to the Food Safety Modernization Act, or FSMA. This legislation is all about preventing food safety issues before they happen, rather than just reacting to problems after the fact. All of these regulations are published in the CFR, which makes them official and accessible to manufacturers, ensuring consistent quality and safety across the industry. Understanding these key sections helps us see the broader picture of how the FDA promotes safe and effective products across different sectors. When we talk about current, good manufacturing practices, we're emphasizing the importance of staying up to date with the latest industry standards and technologies. This means using systems that are current and validated, ensuring they meet modern regulatory requirements. For example, instead of manual temperature logs, a manufacturing company might upgrade to electronic data loggers that are compliant with 21 CFR Part 11, which is a great way to improve accuracy and reliability. A risk-based approach is also essential. It helps us identify potential issues proactively and address them before they become problems. This approach supports continuous improvement, meaning we're always seeking ways to enhance our processes, products, and compliance. Overall, embracing these current practices ensures we produce high-quality products efficiently and in line with evolving regulations, which is key to maintaining trust and safety in our industry. Let's take a closer look at the core elements of a quality management system, or QMS. These are essential to ensuring our processes meet quality standards consistently. First, we have the quality policy and objectives, which set the foundation and direction for quality within our organization. It's important that everyone understands and aligns with these goals. Next, SOP control ensures that our standard operating procedures are properly documented, controlled, and followed, providing consistency in our operations. Change management is about handling modifications to processes or products systematically, minimizing risks and maintaining quality. Deviation management involves identifying, investigating, and addressing any departures from established procedures, like an unexpected change in blending time. We then have CAPA, or corrective and preventive action, which is about correcting issues when they arise and preventing future occurrences. Finally, internal audits are our way of regularly reviewing our processes to identify areas for improvement. As an example, if there's a deviation in blending time, we investigate the cause, perform root cause analysis, implement a CAPA, and update our SOPs accordingly. All these components work together to create a robust quality system that supports consistent, high-quality products. Let's talk about personnel and training. Ensuring FDA compliance starts with having qualified personnel who are properly trained for their specific roles. It's not just about initial training. Ongoing documented training is essential to keep skills sharp and up to date. Hygiene practices are a key part of this. Everyone needs to follow strict personal and environmental hygiene standards to prevent contamination. Job-specific competency is also critical. For example, sterile area operators must complete gowning qualification to ensure they maintain the integrity of the environment. To manage all this effectively, we keep detailed documentation, such as a training matrix and assessment records, which help us track who has been trained and when. Overall, well-trained personnel are the backbone of a compliant and safe manufacturing process, supporting the entire quality system and ultimately protecting patient safety. Now, let's discuss facility and equipment controls. First, a proper layout is essential to prevent cross-contamination. This means designing our spaces so that clean areas are protected from potentially contaminated zones, reducing the risk of product contamination. Next, HVAC qualification is critical, and it involves installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification, often abbreviated as IQ, OQ, and PQ. These steps ensure that our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems maintain the right conditions consistently. Moving on, equipment calibration is another key point. Regular calibration ensures that our instruments are accurate and reliable, which is vital for maintaining product quality. And finally, having a preventive maintenance schedule in place helps us identify and address equipment issues before they cause problems. This proactive approach keeps our facilities running smoothly and supports overall compliance and quality assurance. Remember, these controls are fundamental to maintaining a safe, compliant, and efficient production environment. Let's talk about documentation and data integrity. As the saying goes, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. This highlights how crucial accurate record keeping is in our industry. The FDA emphasizes several focus areas to ensure data integrity. First, we have the ALCOA Plus principles, which stand for attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. These principles serve as a foundation for reliable documentation. Next, compliance with 21 CFR Part 11 is essential. It sets the standards for electronic records and signatures. Then, audit trails play a vital role. They provide a secure, time-stamped history of all record modifications, ensuring transparency and accountability. Finally, validating electronic records is critical to confirm that our systems produce trustworthy and consistent data. To illustrate, imagine deleting HPLC raw data without an audit trail. That would be a serious violation, potentially leading to a warning letter from the FDA. Overall, maintaining data integrity through proper documentation isn't just about compliance. It's about ensuring the trustworthiness of our data and the safety of our products. Let's take a closer look at production and process controls, which are essential for ensuring quality and consistency in manufacturing. Under the key requirements outlined in 21 CFR 211 Subpart F, there are several critical components to focus on. First is the Master Batch Record, or MBR, which serves as the blueprint for each product batch, detailing every step and parameter. Next is the Batch Manufacturing Record, or BMR, which documents the actual manufacturing process for each batch, providing traceability and accountability. In addition, in-process controls are vital. They're checks and tests performed during manufacturing to ensure everything stays within specified limits. For example, Testing blend uniformity before compression helps verify that the mixture is consistent, and line clearance before starting a new batch ensures no cross-contamination or mix-up. Lastly, yield reconciliation is the process of comparing the actual output against expected yields, helping us identify any deviations early. Overall, these controls are interconnected and foundational to maintaining high-quality standards throughout manufacturing. Let's take a closer look at validation and qualification. These are essential processes to ensure our manufacturing and testing methods are reliable and consistent. First, there are different types of validation. Process validation is a key component, and it typically involves 3 stages. The first stage, process design, is where we develop and understand the process to meet our product specifications. Next, stage 2, process qualification, confirms that the process performs as intended under actual operating conditions. Then, stage 3, continued process verification, involves ongoing monitoring to ensure continued consistency over time. Another important aspect is cleaning validation, which ensures our cleaning procedures effectively remove residues and prevent cross-contamination. Equipment qualification is also critical, and it includes installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification, often abbreviated as IQ, OQ, and PQ. These steps verify that equipment is installed correctly, operates properly, and performs consistently. Additionally, analytical method validation is necessary to confirm that our testing methods are accurate, precise, and suitable for their intended purpose. A good example to keep in mind is performing 3 consecutive successful validation batches before we release a product commercially. This demonstrates that the process is under control and capable of producing quality products consistently. Overall, validation and qualification are about building confidence that every part of our manufacturing process works as it should, which ultimately supports product quality and patient safety. Let's talk about laboratory controls. When we consider these controls, there are several key requirements we need to keep in mind. First, method validation is crucial. It ensures that our analytical methods are reliable, precise, and suitable for their intended purpose. Without validated methods, our data could be questionable. Next, stability studies are essential, and these should follow ICH guidelines. They help us determine how long our products remain safe and effective under various storage conditions. This information guides shelf life and storage instructions. We also need to conduct investigations for out-of-specification, or OOS, results. When a test result falls outside our predefined acceptance criteria, it's important to thoroughly investigate. This process typically starts with an initial lab review, followed by a more detailed, full-scale investigation. Documenting the root cause is the final step to ensure we understand what went wrong and prevent future issues. Lastly, reference standard control is a key aspect. Using well-characterized reference standards helps us ensure the accuracy and consistency of our testing. It acts as a benchmark, so our results remain reliable over time. All of these controls are interconnected and form the backbone of quality assurance in our laboratory processes, supporting the integrity of our entire manufacturing and quality systems. Now, let's take a closer look at risk management using the ICH Q9 approach. When managing risks in pharmaceutical development and manufacturing, we rely on several key tools to systematically identify and mitigate potential issues. These tools include FMEA, which stands for Failure Mode Effects Analysis, HACCP, or Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Points, and Fault Tree Analysis. For example, imagine we're assessing the risk of sterile filtration failure. We might evaluate the severity of a failure as high, because it could compromise product safety. The occurrence might be low, meaning failures are rare, but the detectability could be medium, so sometimes failures are caught before reaching the patient, other times not. Based on this assessment, a valuable mitigation step is to implement a redundant filter integrity test. This way, even if one test might miss a failure, the redundancy helps ensure we catch issues early, maintaining high product quality and patient safety. Overall, these tools help us prioritize risks and determine the most effective controls, aligning with our goal of robust risk management throughout the product lifecycle. Let's take a closer look at FDA inspections and what they entail. There are several types of inspections that the FDA conducts to ensure compliance. The first is the pre-approval inspection, or PAI, which happens before a new product is approved. This inspection verifies that the manufacturing process meets the required standards before going to market. Next, we have routine surveillance inspections, which are regular checks to monitor ongoing compliance and quality systems. These inspections help ensure that companies maintain the standards over time. Then there are for-cause inspections, which are triggered when there's a suspicion or report of issues, such as violations or safety concerns. These are more targeted and thorough to investigate specific problems. Now, let's talk about the possible outcomes of these inspections. One common outcome is a Form 483, which is issued if inspectors observe any conditions that may indicate violations. It's essentially a list of observations that need to be addressed. Another outcome could be a warning letter, which is more serious. It indicates that the FDA has found significant violations and expects corrective actions. In some cases, an import alert might be issued, which can lead to products being detained or refused entry into the U.S. if they don't meet compliance standards. Lastly, in severe situations, the FDA might pursue a consent decree, which is a legal agreement to resolve violations and implement corrective measures. Understanding these inspection types and outcomes is crucial because they directly impact compliance and the integrity of your operations. Let's take a look at some common GMP deficiencies that are frequently cited during inspections. First, inadequate investigations are a major concern. When issues arise, it's crucial to thoroughly investigate and understand the root cause. Failing to do so can lead to recurring problems and regulatory action. Next, poor documentation practices are often highlighted. Accurate and complete records are essential for traceability and compliance. If documentation is lacking or inconsistent, it raises questions about the integrity of the data and the quality system overall. Another common issue is the lack of cleaning validation. Proper validation ensures that equipment is effectively cleaned between batches, preventing contamination. Without this validation, there's a risk of cross-contamination and product quality issues. Incomplete batch records are also frequently cited. These records should provide a comprehensive, step-by-step account of each batch's production. Gaps or omissions can hinder investigations and compromise compliance. Finally, uncontrolled changes are a significant concern. Any modifications to processes, equipment, or procedures need to be properly documented and approved to maintain control and ensure consistent quality. Understanding these issues helps us see where improvements are often needed to stay compliant and ensure product quality. Let's wrap up with the key takeaways. GMP compliance is really the foundation that ensures product quality, patient safety, regulatory approval, and business continuity. When we follow these standards, we're not just meeting regulations, we're safeguarding the people who rely on our products and keeping our operations running smoothly. FDA GMP compliance, in particular, is very much risk-based, meaning we focus on identifying and controlling potential risks throughout the process. It's also documentation-driven, so thorough records are essential. They prove that we're following procedures correctly. Additionally, GMP compliance is inspection-oriented, meaning we prepare for regular audits to verify our adherence. And finally, it's all about continuous improvement, constantly reviewing and refining our processes to do better every day. By understanding and embracing these principles, we're not only meeting regulatory requirements, but also fostering a culture of quality and safety that benefits everyone involved. For further support, please feel free to contact us. We're here to help you with any questions or additional information you might need. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. We truly appreciate your interest and engagement. If there's anything more you'd like to discuss, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks again, and have a great day.